so now the ground is rumbling. Vaqueros standing for your team and beat the rest of smithereens.
And welcome, soccer fans from all around the world here on YouTube, to the Fort Worth Vaqueros game tonight versus the FC Gallos, Gallos FC, here in Castleberry High School, River Oaks, Texas, but not too far away from Fort Worth. My name is Matt Quinn, along with Robbie King and John Carney. Tonight, the Fort Worth Vaqueros, here, their second home game of the season, will take on Gallos FC, a team that's now based in Arlington. They were formerly the Irving FC for several years. This is their sixth season in the league. They made the playoffs last year, and this is their first road game of the season. And the Vaqueros, this is their second home game as well. They play out of by the way, the FC, Gallos FC play out of R.L. Anderson Stadium in Mansfield, but they go by Gallos FC. And here is the table currently. You can see the two competitors tonight. The Gallos FC played 2 games. They've won 1 and tied 1. They've got 4 points. Fort Worth has played 3 games. 1 win coming last Wednesday versus CF Houston, a very thrilling affair, winning 3-2, going down 2-0 in the first 15 minutes and then scoring the lead goal with 80 in the 89th minute, Robbie. One heck of a game for Fort Worth.
That was a good game, and it's glad to see them get a result. I thought they deserved a little more on their first home game. It kind of went south in the second half, but, hey, got a result on Wednesday and move along, and here we go.
And Coach Tony Marola had said, I don't care where you play or what level you play at, if you go down 2-0 in the first 15 minutes and claw your way back, that's special, and that proves how hungry these players are for a good result, and they are tonight. This Gallos team is, as we had mentioned, a playoff team last year, and I believe it looks like 6 or so of the players from the Denton Diablos, another perennial good team in this Lone Star Conference. They've come over to this side.
Well, Matt, it looks like we're set to go, and we're off.
We are. The kickoff is sponsored by the Chat Room Pub. The temperature is 83 degrees.
83, Matt.
83.
Little cloudy. It's a beautiful day.
And the northwest wind probably is going to face the Vaqueros. There's not much of a wind here right now, but there's been about a 4 to 5 mile an hour, not much, really. The flags are not much at all, but moving. And so the Vaqueros, you see them in their blue kits with their blue shirts, blue shorts, yellow socks.
And that was the kit that I voted on before the season started. This is the one that I think looks best.
And this one also sponsored by the Chat Room Pub. They're the jersey sponsor for this season. The Gallos here attacking quickly in the first minute of the game.
Wow.
And what a save by our new goalkeeper. They're off a deflection. Our goalkeeper, the third one, the Vaqueros of Sport in 4 matches. His name is Chris Edwards, all the way from Yale.
Out of Country Day, though.
Out of Country Day, yes. Yes, a very good goalkeeper for Country Day as well. He won the national championship at 17 and a DA championship, a very prestigious honor. And
First Ivy Leaguer?
Probably the first Ivy Leaguer, New Haven, Connecticut.
New Haven, Connecticut. Guys, I got to tell you, right there, number 10.
Yep.
Cooper Stevens. He's my man to watch tonight.
Your pick to click, huh?
My pick to click. He didn't play against Denton in the first match, but oh, good grief. We saw it against San Antonio. He had some runs. It was just amazing, and he did it again against Houston on Wednesday.
And Cooper played 72 minutes but didn't score a goal somehow. He was very, very involved in the match, and as John said, he's usually playing the attacking mid or the 8. And generally, Coach Marola likes to roll out 1 through 11 in their positions, but not tonight. So a little bit different situation going on there.
And Cooper is also wearing a headband, which I'm sure Megan would adore.
I promise you she's watching right now.
Yes. Yes, she is.
In fact, that headband may have been donated by her. We're not really sure.
We're not really sure, no. Little Jack Grealish action. You're familiar with the EPL star. Anyway, Fort Worth here with their first attack, and throwing the ball in is Marquis Dobard, getting his first start of the season. And that very interesting situation along those lines. Only 4 feet between the touch line and the back wall, so we're not going to be seeing any flip throws, I can promise you that. And that would be interesting if there was.
Robbie wants to see one.
I'd like to see one too, but I just don't think they're going to do it. This ball played back by Michael Constant, also getting his first start, number 5.
Matt, while we got a little time, I'm just going to transition to the starting lineup just real quick. But there goes my boys, so I'm going to transition real fast back. What? Yep, you guys get it. Whatever.
Yes, thanks for the transition, John.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. That was a great graphic. We'll get to the starting lineups here in a few minutes for both teams. The FC Gallos team, interesting. They've one win, one win and one
Draw.
tie. One draw. Thank you. They have 4 points, as we had mentioned earlier. Their coach, Ben Clarvis, he's from Midwestern State. He's an all-star player there in his 3rd season as the coach of the Gallos. And they bring 17 players tonight, as well as the Vaqueros. Both teams, even though they both have a roster of 30, they've got 17 that they're dressing tonight.
It's such a long drive from Arlington to Fort Worth. It's shocking they didn't bring more.
It is very interesting.
30 of them.
There's Jackson Turley for the Gallos, number 3, pushing it back. And 15, Davis May is a player from last year you might remember from Denton, is now playing the right back. Fort Worth going to play a 4-4-2, has been their customary pretty much all season. Could have been a foul,
that's
and
good
here's an
work
opportunity
right there,
here.
Yeah, get around him.
Here's a chance for Brock Barbie, who's playing up. We normally see him playing a little bit different position, playing back in the back.
That's interesting, Matt, because number 11, Tyler Little, he has the look of the typical 4-4-2 attacker. He's the guy that looks like he wants to hold his back against the attacking goal, and he's kind of playing that left midfield role. Look how big they get. Find 11, guys. Look at him. It's huge.
Yeah.
Here he goes, right here.
Big chance right here for Little. John had mentioned that ball's to Cooper Stevens. Back to Dobard. And he looks for Sarur, who's also playing up front. Usually he's been playing a defensive role in the first 3 games. So
Things are starting to settle in a little bit here. I like what Fort Worth is doing. We're not on the back foot. We're starting to press as we're about 6 minutes in now. That's kind of when you find your feet and decide what we're going to do here. And it looks like we're taking charge. We're not sitting back.
I really like what you just said, Robbie, because after the Houston match, when they went down so quickly, 1-0, I was texting with Coach Marola, and he was like, "We got to quit doing that. These early goals have to stop."
the Vaqueros move the ball backwards, back to our goalkeeper, Chris Edwards. This ball back to Barbie. Barbie is defending, but he's also, the good thing is he's joining in the offense, Robbie, from the back, which we didn't see a whole lot of. We didn't see a whole lot of that in the previous game.
First of all, great name, Brock Barbie.
There's an opportunity.
This is an opportunity right here.
This
This is on his left foot.
Brock Barbie, what a great name. And he's got the double whammy, the yellow socks and the orange shoes, which means somebody's going to get fouled, and they're going to get fouled hard.
It's a good chance there for Price Anderson, who leads the team in goals with 2 this very young season. He had one against the Corinthians, and then also
This goal kick is brought to you by
also in Houston.
Top Fusion Ale Works.
interesting thing about Mr. Anderson was he scored the first goal, which really gave Fort Worth some life right at the end of that first half against Houston when they're down 2-0 just before half, and then he popped one in.
Whoa.
That's got to be a foul.
Matt, that's funny you mentioned that because it was in my notes as well. We didn't have this conversation, but that was huge right before the end of halftime or the first half. That goal, game changer.
And that last foul, that last foul looked more like a 2-minute cross check than anything else from Nathan Clifford. But here's Saror.
Unfortunately, we've seen 2 minutes of those.
2 minutes of those, yes. I guess we don't want to talk about cross-checking and anything about the Stars anyway.
No, we won't. But I'll tell you this: Robbie and I are playing together once, and there was this dude on the other team, number 17. We were in the box. Matt, you were reffing the game. Robbie put 2 hands on the 1, and I put 2 hands on the 7. That guy didn't return to the game. I'll tell you that.
What an incredible memory you have, John. And the witness protection part is pretty much over with now, so I guess we can talk about it.
Robbie
it's
and
been a while.
Robbie and I both turned to look at you, and you're just like, okay, man. Boys, whatever.
Put my 2 hands out, we're going to play on. I didn't see it. Can't call what you can't see. Here comes the Gallos with an opportunity. This is Mark Alvarado, and his pass is intercepted by Michael Constant. James Doyle, 18, and 11, Jason Flores, who also has a brother on the team. They both came from Denton last year. Here's an opportunity.
It's not a bad ball, and that Mr. Edwards a little slow off his line. Scared me a bit.
Maybe he saw it all the way, and we haven't seen a punt like this in a while. Nor has the Castleberry punter, I don't think. So it was nice. That was nice.
I do want to give credit where credit is due. I love the Gallos kits. I was
just about to bring that up, John, because you and I are big on that. I think the Vaqueros and the Gallos both sport great kits tonight. Very classy.
Simple, classy. I'd love to see the white, but that's okay. Ooh, look out.
Ooh. An interesting, my Constant, they're pushing the back, but not called here by the referee, and he's going to talk to somebody.
I'm okay with that no call, and he's really not happy about it.
Our sponsors, Eric Bell Soccer Academy and PMI Sports Management.
I'd say what's interesting about the Gallos in their first 2 matches, they picked up a total of 13 cautions in 2 matches, 6 in the first and 7 last week.
And one of them was a red, I believe.
One of them, yes, and that one of them right now, Conway, their star striker,
and he almost scored right there. That was really dangerous.
had a very nice ball, as well as James Doyle there in the penalty area. He was a little disappointed with the referee, and the referee is letting him know.
Sponsored by Haas Fusion, a goal kick for the Vaqueros.
And he's one of the taller players on the team, so he's right there on the 6 and just could not connect. Here's a chance for Fort Worth to build up with Anderson. Oh, an opportunity there for Little goes awry. Now it comes back to Doyle. A long run for Dobard for the Vaqueros, and he puts it into Fort Worth pretty much over the stadium.
With that ball leaving the stadium, we remember our official barbershop for the Fort Worth Vaqueros is Aaron's on 7th.
The Gallos, we mentioned them, played 2 games. They started their season on May 19th, a little later than the Vaqueros did, with a 2-1 win against Austin United, who we'll see next Wednesday here on YouTube, as they'll take on the Vaqueros. Here's an opportunity.
That is trouble. Oh, what a great move and good save.
Nice
Quick
save.
reaction.
That shot taken by Jackson Turley. There's the pass back to the right, and that one's long.
All right, boys, wish me luck. Let's see if I got this instant replay. Let's see if we can catch this save. If this is me in the garage, I apologize. I'll quickly transition back, but I think I know what I'm doing now. Let's see here. You guys have it right there.
And here's the play. That ball passed in. You can see that was the previous play. And
Here
here
we
comes
go.
one
Move
with the
right
goalie.
here.
Oh, good
Yeah.
stuff.
Good stuff there by the goalie, Edwards. The Vaqueros start to move down the field, have an opportunity. And throwing the ball in.
Sorry.
It's going to be Evans Wiggle.
Our GM, Anthony Harris, just made an appearance. Welcome, Anthony.
Welcome, Anthony Harris. International recording star, Anthony Harris. All right, so we're 13 minutes in and no score here on the Vaqueros YouTube channel. We've had a lot of chances, though, for both sides, and here comes one right now for Jackson Turley as he comes down the right side.
That's a great tackle.
A great tackle by Brock Barbie in those orange shoes. You can tell him day or night, that's for sure. He's all over the field, Robbie. He's playing offense and defense.
Now, where is Barbie listed? What number is he wearing? What position is he playing? He's all over the place.
Right, he's number 8.
Wearing the captain's band, too, I believe.
And he's the captain. And it appears he is playing a more of a defensive
And what a
mid.
great touch that was.
Oh, my.
And it just got buried right back in their face. I'm not sure what else he would have done with that, but getting it around the first guy was key, and then
In the 14th minute, that's a goal for the Gallos.
needed some help after that.
Well, let me get this score up, and then we will take a look at that. Oh, and there goes that. That's okay.
And the Stars just tied it up at 1.
Nice. It looks good here. It just what an incredible finish. Am I wrong, boys?
Nah, it's Jason Flores.
I
there
thought
with
it
the
was a
goal.
great touch to get around the first guy and just needed some help, somebody to toe poke that away, but there was no one there.
It was Jason Flores from, it appeared to be Mark Alvarado, number 7, to take the first marker
And watch
in this
out
game.
here.
I do believe the goalie, Edwards, was screened a little. He couldn't
absolutely
He couldn't
was.
quite get
I'm not
at
sure
least a
if
good
it would have
a
mattered.
good step, but Flores flushed that one right into the left corner. And the Gallos
Heavy
FC,
touch there.
the Gallos FC take a 1-0 lead.
So you guys do know who? You know that Chris Edwards has been here before. Did you recognize that Roger Staubach 60-yard?
He did throw that a long ways.
That did go a long way.
Now, we might have missed the Yale Country Day connection, but Chris Edwards was brilliant
Yeah.
for us 2 seasons ago.
So, yeah.
You know what? I do recall that. And I believe you made the Roger Staubach comment 2 years ago.
No, I'm not that old. That was Matt who made that comment.
And Edwards, yeah, he's a junior out in Yale, an Ivy League player. And
Well, if he's going to come home for the summer, then yeah, let's grab him.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Formerly played at Solar, a big-time club for both boys and girls in the area. So, third goalkeeper, again, in 4 games. And so
That's going to be a foul. Yeah.
it's going to be an interesting situation after this. They've got 2 games in about 6 days. And will Edwards continue to play? Who knows what happened tonight with him so far, but we've got 3 goalkeepers in the room now. And so the referee allows the play to go on, and the attack continues.
That's trouble. Good clear.
A nice clear there by Evans Wiggle.
Matt, Edwards is clearly the most experienced goalkeeper. If he can play and he wants to, you have to put him in the starting 11. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think you're exactly right.
Now, the good news is Wednesday we're here again,
Or for the Gallos.
and then we'd have to look at the schedule moving forward.
It's a throw. Sorry about that.
thing about the Lone Star Conference. Everything in the South. There's some big travel dates too.
Sure. Fort Worth playing the second place, the third place, and now the fourth place team. 3 games into their 4-game schedule so far, they've played some tough opponents. 3 of these teams have been to the playoffs last season. So you'd think that you get this through this stretch, Fort Worth can pull out 3 points tonight and be 2-2 after this.
Oh, that would be great.
Huge advantage for them.
You have to quit giving up early goals. You'd hate for your team to just go, oh, here we go again.
Have to play from behind.
Have to play from behind again. Ooh.
They have played behind all season. Let's put it that way. Every game this season, they've not scored the first marker.
Boy, that was a bad turnover in the midfield. You've got to clean that stuff up. You cannot allow that kind of thing to happen.
You think that happens on grass, Robbie? Not the funny cigarettes, but the natural turf.
Probably not, because it looked like his foot got stuck in it.
There's Conway there with the ball.
But that wasn't a turf issue. That turnover was not a turf issue right there.
There's Alvarado looking for Doyle, 18. He sends it in.
That's not a bad ball from there.
That's a big dude. Look, his jersey doesn't fit. His number 18's up on top of his neck.
A nice save.
It's cleaned up.
The 4th save of the match so far for Edwards. And this ball to Wiggle. He plays it back.
No way that gets over. It sure does.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's an opportunity here for
And
Soror.
you've got a trailer there, too, and the guy right in front. And go ahead and score.
Oh.
Did not do it.
Goal, Vaqueros!
Nope, not a goal. Sure look like it, though.
Andrew, we're all with Andrew. We're like, oh.
Take that back.
You got some laughs, Andrew. Well done. Oh, I love it.
He was just everybody, if anyone's watching, you heard that. He's just practicing for all the bucket of goals that can come after it.
Right.
Well, and here we go. Same kind of opportunity right here.
Another chance for Soror and Price Anderson to hook up again.
Just couldn't run it down.
Let me see if I got this instant replay right. There it is right there on your big screen. Look at that. We never thought it was going to get over. Robbie, you never thinking the same thing.
And this chance inside. I tried to get past Jacob Burkle. We haven't talked much about him for the FC Gallos, but that's the 3rd shot on goal. And this is a big throw in here for Fort Worth. They can get ahead on this one. And a foul inside. Jacob Burkle there picking up the ball. He'll take the goal kick.
Remember, our goal kicks are brought to you by Hop Fusion Ale Works. This goal kick for the Gallos.
Andrew Decker's our PA announcer. We haven't seen him in a couple of years. Andrew, when was the last time? Farrington? Pre-COVID? Pre-COVID?
It's been a long time. Missed it.
It's like we got the old summer family back together.
Yes, that's for sure.
Minus our brother who moved north.
An opportunity here for the Gallos. The Gallos, by the way, their name, it comes from Spanish, or rooster, or a tough guy in Spanish and slang for them. But they feature a red rooster on their jerseys along with their blue and white. So red, white, and blue, sort of.
I love the name. I love the uniforms. I love the translation. I got no problem with it. Oh, my.
I love
Nice
that
cross.
ball.
It just couldn't catch up to Soror.
That's okay.
There's
Pull
an
the trigger.
opportunity
Somebody
here.
pull the trigger. Somebody just toe poke it.
It's an opportunity for Zach Moreno on the 6 and just could not. Get it moving. You can hear the fans there. The fans know what's going on, that's for sure. So Moreno could not catch up with that one.
Let's see. Let's watch this again. This should be fun. About this point, Robbie's like, just toe poke
just
it.
somebody poke at it. It'll go in.
Sometimes you need a little under 6 poke, right? Toe poke, right? Yeah. No matter how it works.
That's what I like to call the old, what was the old, Matt, you know this, you're old enough, NFL kicker, Redskins, Matt Mosley?
Mark Mosley.
Mark
yes.
Mosley. Was he the
The
last?
straight-on kicker, yes. Maybe the last one with a single handlebar, too, but Mark Mosley, number 3. Also number 3 holding on to the ball is Jackson Turley for the Gallos. There's an opportunity for Alvarado from the left side. And a single Carlos Flores out there by himself crosses it in over everybody's head, and this one's going to be picked up by the Vaqueros. And a quick counter trying
Let's
to get
hold it up.
Price Anderson involved.
I
And here
say
comes
hold
Soror.
it up. That turned out to be really good.
Soror is the only player on the team we found out last week with the boots that he's wearing that have no laces.
That don't have the laces.
One of the cool things about not having laces is you don't have any spin that comes off of your foot. Not that it would matter to me. I mean, but to them,
Here we go.
It really does matter.
Chip him. Yeah, and he's trying.
He's trying. The
I love
referee-
that idea. Love that idea.
All right, boys, I gotta say something. This defensive to offensive transition seems to be a lot of fun, but it's not working. There is nobody in the midfield. We are going from back here to way that way, and they need to slow down and find some midfield transition. Go ahead, Matt.
No kidding. That's for sure. Because here comes the Gallos able to make
And-
something
and
out of
as,
that counter.
And as you're saying, that is exactly what was going on. Is it went straight from one side to the other with no stopping.
This quick counter that the Gallos employed turns into a corner kick. Their second.
It's going to be a corner kick for the Gallos out of the northeast corner. Remember, this corner kick is brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
Number 8, Carlos Flores. Not the District 2 representative of Fort Worth.
Nice.
And he is Nolan High School graduate, 1986. Don't ask me how I know that. You're going to take the corner kick.
Matt, you're a Nolan High School graduate, are you not?
Yes, I am. Me and Riley Shaw and Carlos Flores and 186 others.
You were in the class with John Henry, correct?
No.
No?
No. He's 2 years younger than me.
Trouble.
And a nice save, an opportunity there for James Doyle, but he could not finish. And here comes the quick counter. My little.
What
right
a great
to the
touch.
foot.
What a great touch.
Right to the foot, and Soror, here's an opportunity, and over
Boy.
the net. One thing is for sure, they are countering easily, and I think much better with the current goalkeeper.
I don't think that I would have passed that ball off. It looked like one touch and take a shot, and you've got the goalie stranded in the middle, and you just pick a corner.
And the goalie was in no man's land, that's for
he
sure,
was in trouble.
because he couldn't figure out which one was
one
going to
more
take
touch and pull the trigger, and he's just stranded.
Guys, I'm going to do some on-air technical directing. Maui, can you hear me? Can you hear us? Okay, great. That second camera's not working so well, so maybe you. All right, cool. Thanks, man.
It's a nice kick for Burkle. This one played back by Barbie. Dobar.
Oh,
That
He
no.
loses it, and what a save. Jackson Turley with a smash, but coming up with his Edwards with his 6th save of the evening. He keeps this a 1-0 deficit.
Yeah,
Constant.
If I'm Chris Edwards, I'm a little bit upset right now.
If I'm 10 other guys on the field with Chris Edwards wearing blue, I'm thanking him.
That was an excellent save. He came out beautifully, closed the gaps, and really Turley with a smash, and he was able to handle it.
Look at that big monitor, boys. We'll take a look at this if I got it right.
Cotton Schmidt LLP.
You just can't do this. This is becoming a theme with this team, and I'll be honest with you, I'm sick of it.
No, absolutely right. The first touch let him down. Like, the ball hopped up to your knee, on a relatively easy pass, and then you got nervous and just hit the ball straight into the attacker.
That's the kind of crap I do. You don't do that.
The fourth foul. The fourth foul on the Gallos, and this comes back to Constant. His pass to Wiggle. Looking.
Miscommunication there.
Right. Couldn't find him.
Whoa.
But it's all right, and that needs to be a foul.
Ooh, number
Absolutely
9.
needs to be a foul.
Number 9, Conway, with a block in the back.
Thank you, Castleberry ISD, for letting us find a home for your Fort Worth Vaqueros.
Conway picked up a card in the last game again, one of the 13.
Well, after watching that, I believe it.
That's blue. That's fine.
Conway is their striker. Been on the team for 3 seasons. 10 goals last season for them. Has had 1 this season.
Who are we talking about, Matt? Number 9 up top?
Joe Conway. He's played all.
Oh, yeah. He's been a thorn in this Vaqueros side quite often, my friend.
Good win right there. Good win.
Played all 90 minutes of both matches. From Newcastle, England, Mr. Conway. Anyway, here come the Gallos with an opportunity.
Picked
and that
up
one
real
picked
easy.
up quickly.
There you go.
Well, I got to be honest with you, Cooper Stevens. You needed to get back because you turned the ball over when you shouldn't have. And I hate saying that because he's brilliant. Don't get me wrong. It's just I'm a frustrated fan as well.
Barbie, over to Constant. His first start of the season. This one to Wiggle. He plays it up to Little. Little with an opportunity, and Carlos Flores for the Gallos able to pick it up, but Wiggle's still with it. This is good to see, a little movement from the back and forth. This pass is intended for Soror, but picked up quickly by Jacob Burkle.
Not a terrible idea because we've been working on that side a little bit, and it's showed some promise.
15 minutes remaining in this, 15 plus, I imagine probably 1 or 2 minutes at this point, Robbie, of injury time here in the first half. You're watching Vaqueros Soccer on YouTube on SATURDAY night, right? The Fort Worth Vaqueros in blue, the Gallos FC.
Boy, and they've got him in a little bit of trouble. They've
There's
got him
an
in a lot of trouble
opportunity.
now, and
There
there's a goal.
it is. Wait.
Oh, is he going to blow that down? Boy, I don't like that.
This looked like the center referee decided to stop play and call the foul and not allow advantage to continue, which negated the beautiful goal and the beautiful build-up there for the Vaqueros.
We've seen how the game progresses. We watch it on television. They wait forever before they raise a flag or before they blow a whistle. So what happened here?
So what are we doing here?
It looked like
Is it going to be outside the box
It's just
and no goal? And
Yes.
that's terrible officiating if that's what they're doing.
And you see Coach Marola giving the fourth official an earful about this,
And absolutely
as well as the
should.
center. And you can hear the fans in the background very disappointed.
All right,
in this.
let's see if I got this. Let's see what exactly this center referee saw.
You can see the play being pushed back by number 4, Zach Moreno, on number 15, Davis Mays. The goalie came out.
Where's the call?
Where-
If you're doing anything, it's inside the box.
He appeared to make the call just
That's
before.
unbelievable.
Just before, but you'd think that they would allow
That's a
play
yard
to continue.
inside the box.
The one thing about the referee you'd see here is that he could allow play to continue, and then if they missed, they could come back and reset. And that didn't happen
But if
here.
you're blowing the whistle there, I'm pretty sure you missed it by a yard.
We have a yellow card being issued.
So it
needs to be.
All right, we're going to get some hiss, but I'm going to turn up this field mic, see if we can hear what's going on. He said, I can't change it. I made a mistake. I'm reading lips.
And he may not be issuing a yellow card. Sometimes the referees keep score on that yellow card.
No, I think he's going to issue it to the goalkeeper. I
He
mean,
might.
who else gets a yellow card here?
But
Okay,
he might.
there's-
He's putting it back now, so we'll see. I was thinking maybe he could yellow card the coach here, but
There's
he's not
several
doing
problems with this. So he goes along and scores.
Let's look at it.
Is
Let's give a quick look at this again and see if we can figure out what the heck is going on. I'm sorry, Matt. Go on.
It looks like he's pushing the line back. We'll probably take a look at it a little later on. Like the Vaqueros are getting ready to set play, but the referee, he blows
he's a yard
the whistle.
inside the box.
We're back to live action. An opportunity for the Vaqueros goes awry. Unfortunately, there it just seemed like advantage would have been called, or would have been allowed. Instead, it turns into a counter for Gallos.
But if you
Gallos FC.
call the foul, then how come it's not a penalty kick? He's a yard inside the box.
The line, yes, and the line includes the penalty area, so you're right there. The proximity of it is interesting.
And if the goalie comes out and fouls somebody that's about to shoot into an empty net, there's no card there? I got a problem with that also.
And especially he comes out with cleats up.
And stops the goal.
Stops the goal. So he got kind of lucky on this one. But
There's 3 problems with this.
He comes out cleats up. Yeah. We've seen the replay now 3 times. The referee did blow the whistle as soon as the contact was made. It just happened to be in the referee's sight that it was outside the penalty area, which also outside the penalty area does include the line. So interesting, the referee's decision to not allow play to continue. I think, to me, as a referee, to allow play to continue, and if it doesn't turn into a goal, at the stoppage, you can start it over again.
That was an awful decision.
But then again, a referee doesn't know when the game is going to stop. So it's a bang-bang play, and unfortunately the Vaqueros are on the bad side of it. And I mentioned we might have 2 minutes of stoppage time. It's going to be way more than that now at the end of this half, with 10 minutes remaining in the first half, and the Vaqueros down 1-0.
I can't get away from the fact that we heard the referee say to Coach Marola, I made a mistake. I can't take it back.
Yeah. I mean, and at that point, it is what it is.
The Vaqueros are, unblemished by this. This is Wiggle trying to get another opportunity. Just can't seem to find Tyler Little. They've been passing well most of this first half. The fans are the best part about it was, if anything, the fans were extremely passionate about what happened. And it was good to hear.
Well, the referee's lucky I'm up here working and I wasn't downstairs.
And I believe this to be true.
Evans Wiggle throws the ball into the Vaqueros. There's an opportunity again for 11, Tyler Little, and nothing really there.
Get a corner kick out of that. Okay.
It is interesting. We talked about this earlier about the cautions for both teams. 10 so far in 3 games for the Vaqueros, 13 in 2 games for them, none so far. And I don't know. I'm like the referees. Like I didn't bring my yellow cards or my red cards today or something. I left them at home. I don't know. We saw the yellow. We're not sure about the red. Here comes Moreno with an opportunity.
It's good work. Give it back to him.
Moreno just gets beat off the ball, and the referee
you should blow
calls
the
a
whistle
foul.
there and give us a penalty kick for that.
So here's the problem the referee has right now. He's put himself in a pickle. Hold on. He's put himself in a pickle. If he gets heavy blowing that whistle, it's an issue. If he lets them play, it's an issue. He's in a bad spot.
Yeah, he is in a bad spot.
And he's done it to himself.
Right. Only 9.
Oh, that's great work right there.
Only 9 fouls called. Here comes a chance for Surer, but too
A
tall
little
for
too
him.
hard on the turf.
We like the opportunity for Surer to get out and use some of the speed that he has. One of the fastest players on the team.
Well, that goalkeeper who shouldn't be playing right now is collecting. Let's look at this because my boy Cooper here. Look how brilliant this is.
Oh, this is great work.
That scissor kick moving around, yes.
And that's 3 people, and if you count the guy that he passed it by, 4 people that just got done up.
It's an opportunity there. So Jacob Burkle here taking the goal kick. And right in front of us.
Good win.
Right in front of us. No foul. The referee.
And
the
I don't
referee
think
believes
there
there's any
should have been.
By my count, the referee has only called 10 fouls in this entire match.
Matt, that one was right in front of us. I don't think there was a. Now that may have been a
could
foul.
have been. It looked like Nathan Clifford getting involved with David Serer, but Serer
But that's
still gets
really
the best of
good
it.
work.
Here comes Stevens.
Take the shot yourself.
Stevens,
I like
a nice
it.
save. And
Oh, God. That did not
Over
go
the
in.
net.
Unbelievable.
unbelievable.
What an incredible save. The fact that the goalkeeper kept it so close to him is amazing. And my boy Cooper, who I called out earlier, how great is he becoming? He just needs to get a little into it.
We've kind of rallied around what happened a few minutes ago, and it looks like we're putting the foot forward.
Burkle with the save
Now,
there.
that's a little concerning that they came out that easily.
Let's look at that last transition the Vaqueros had. I think it looks pretty good. Oh, did I do it right? Yeah, I did it right.
Thank you, Jaw Architects.
Look at this save. That's crazy. How did that not go in?
And then the rebound goes over the net. There's an opportunity,
That's fine.
and a little too strong for Carlos Flores.
Remember to mark your social network posts.
It's pretty exciting, boys.
Yeah.
Vaqueros FW.
As you can hear me drinking my what Randy Galloway calls a Fort Worth air conditioner, a little tequila over ice. That's not true. It's a bottle of water, guys. I'm just kidding.
A Fort Worth air conditioner, yes. Especially with Colonial going on this week, there are a lot of air conditioners being served over there by TCU. Lots going on this Memorial Day weekend, including our Vaqueros playing the FC Gallos. And there's a chance.
Somebody step up. Step up.
Nope.
That's
A
fine.
little too tall there for Mark Alvarado.
Yeah, thank you, fans, for coming out. There is a lot going on, Matt. You said it. Colonial and even the Stars, which is a huge deal to a ton of people.
And hopefully they're watching our game and they're YouTube or they're somehow watching the Stars later. That's
well,
a
Matt,
possibility.
that's what I'm doing.
That's a possibility.
Why would he stop play here? Doesn't make any sense.
No, we've got the Colonial, the senior PGA is in Frisco.
Yes.
FC Dallas later tonight. The Rangers already won today.
And how about those Rangers? The best record through 50 games in history, 34-17.
Look at this.
The
Look at
referee
this.
really getting involved in this. You know, both teams are chirping at the center.
Absolutely.
So he's demonstrative.
He's in for a long night.
Matt, you and I both have done our share of games as a referee, and we've all been there.
Yep.
And it's not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun. You try to put the wheels back on while the car is running, that's for sure. That's kind of hard to do. Which what might be going on with the referee. Anyway, here's an opportunity for the Gallos.
Snuffed out. That's fine.
Jackson Turley there snuffed out by Marquis Dobard. Chris Edwards trying to figure out, I'm going to drop it off here to my man, Brock Barbie, the captain of the team. Constant. Back over to Wiggle.
Boy, that seemed a little
Very
dangerous to me.
dangerous to play the ball over the center, yes. And this one to Dobard. And that ball goes out. Just 3 minutes remaining in regular time in this first
We're going
half.
to get a few more after that, I believe.
We're probably going to be about 3 or 4, maybe 5. Here's an opportunity here for the Gallos. That one's snuffed out by Wiggle, number 18.
Remember to enjoy a beverage at the usual.
Number 11 there with a long cross. Jason Flores. He crosses over to his brother who does a Cruyff turn. And
Do not foul.
amazing.
Uh-oh.
That ball sitting right at the corner or the elbow. And a little too strong by Jason Flores.
I like it, though. Absolutely
All
like
three
it.
of us have. My thought was ambitious, a little too ambitious.
A little too ambitious.
There's no way that you would not have taken that shot because if I would have, the ball still hadn't landed yet.
And here it is. Edwards. Maybe a little acting by Doyle there as he
He got up and got a good win, but
right?
he sent it straight out of bounds. I don't
Sandwich
know what you're
between-
going to complain about.
The sandwich between
Oh, my.
What a great move that was. The dummy move worked
the
perfectly
opportunity for Moreno to
Have
Soror
a
in the
couple of
penalty
touches.
area. Low and results in a throw-in. A nice save by Thierry Osemai.
I like. So normally I'm a big fan of if you get that ball out wide, the early service. But I really think there's been so many opportunities, and it's almost predictable at this point. And I was hoping Soror would take just a couple of touches and get further into the box.
Ooh, the referee's
there.
going to call that
that's
one.
probably the right call.
That's probably the easiest one he's had all night.
And, John, I think you're right about that. If you take a couple of touches, you can also pick your head up and look for the trailer and see what's coming in.
Which is also a great point. Which we're just going to go back and forth. Which is a great point because this Vaqueros team has had trouble crowding or introducing themselves inside the 18, inside the penalty spot. That's what you're saying, right? I mean, you take that extra touch and you get to that goal line. Then all you got to do is just
find the guy coming up at the D.
How cool is Matt? I didn't know you can do that.
You didn't know you could
We
write?
have no idea what's going on here, but using an expo marker to write on glass, that's good. Just a reminder, at the end of the half, we'll talk to Coach Tony Marola about his
I want to hear his
interest in
explanation,
especially
on
about what happened, and we'll give you a bird's eye view from the coach at halftime.
Watch out, boys. Watch out.
A nice play to stay at home. Carlos Flores had a great chance from the 12 and decided not to hit it as hard as he could. Here's a chance for Dobart as he moves the ball up from the right side.
And
Played
almost
out.
killed that little kid.
Played out by Ryan Lambie.
Just to be clear, Matt's writing on the glass. He's like Ron Howard's film, A Beautiful Mind. I don't know what you're doing over there, but it's really cool.
There's an
What a
opportunity
great
here
ball
for the
here.
An opportunity
Get
for the
foot on
Vaqueros
it.
again.
It's great defending.
And this one from
That
Bryce
is
Anderson.
really good defending.
This is where Bryce Anderson starts to score at the end of the half. Last two games he's done that. Maybe we might see an equalizer here before we talk to Coach. The Gallos don't want any part of that, though. Picked up by number 8, Flores, Carlos Flores. Played down here in front of us to Jackson Turley. They look like they might just be content to go to the locker room, but we're not just sure how
They
much time
probably
there
should
is.
be.
15 Davis Mays, and then back out 13 Thierry Osemoi. I've been wanting to say that one all night, so that was great. Anyway, a nice pass in, and here come the Vaqueros defending. Zach could not pick that one up quickly enough, but 18 Doyle with an opportunity. That one just over the head, and again, number 8 Flores with a header that falls neatly into the hands of Edwards. Another long punt.
And a really good touch.
Whoa!
I like the no call there. I
Okay.
really do.
Oh, that was interesting, but the player might be hurt from that. He distributed that. That's number 11, Jason Flores. That was a very tough tackle from behind. Very interesting, though. The player stopped. maybe that was the reason why the referee decided not to whistle.
I do think that was a good no call. I think that's a really good tackle.
And there's another one.
I also think that's a good no call. He just got worked off the ball. Vaqueros fans don't seem to be too happy right now. We can hear them up here.
The clock has stopped. We're 2 minutes into extra time. This throw-in, maybe 3 minutes in extra time. I'm thinking probably 2 minutes remaining, and that one's a long one again by Flores.
And I believe that's going to be it.
Referees decided only 3 minutes were needed for extra time. And so the first half ends with the Gallos FC 1 and the Fort Worth Vaqueros 0.
Hey, Maui, I'm going to need you on coach. Gotcha. Yep. Thanks, bud.
Stick around for the Hooters Crossbar Challenge.
Mic
Gonna
check,
get
mic
our,
check. Can you hear me?
Hey, Aaron, we got you. We got you. We're ready.
Awesome.
We're going to get our thoughts, or the coach's thoughts on the first half.
For sure. Let me get coach for you.
It's Coach Tony Marola, the coach of the Fort Worth Vaqueros team. Coach, let's hear your thoughts on the first half.
How long have I got? I thought, yeah, we've started all right. We've done that, what we asked the players to do. We're very unfortunate to concede the goal after 15 minutes. It's a pretty good strike, and it's a good finish. But we've created numerous chances. Our decision making has to be a little bit better in the final third. But I just don't understand why we've scored a perfectly good goal, and the referees obviously give us a free kick. And I understand that he's blown his whistle quickly to make that decision quick. But the goalkeeper's still on the field, and he's made a reckless challenge. And we shouldn't be going in at half time. 1-0 down. We should be at least tying the game up. But listen, we have 45 minutes to go. We've got a big second half coming up, and yeah, we're well within this game right now.
But thanks, Coach, for that. I'll let you get back to your team and get ready for the second half. We appreciate you giving a couple minutes to us.
Appreciate it. Okay.
You heard Coach Marola there talk about the situation.
Well, I mean, I think in a nutshell, he quite simply put it best. I mean, again, everything we've talked about, disappointed in the early giving away the goal, and then upset with the referee. He's like, well, why is he taking a perfectly good goal away from us? In addition, why is the goalkeeper still on the pitch?
That is a very interesting thought, at least from a referee's point of view. I think I made this point earlier. There were two things that bothered me there. The player, the goalkeeper, came up, cleats up. I believe it was cleats up. One, that's a no-no. And two, why you're waiting and waiting and waiting for something to happen. You see a foul, you know it is, and you want to play advantage. It would have been a perfect opportunity to play advantage in that situation. But, I think everybody would have understood, because if the foul occurs in the penalty area, he's also telling us that the foul did not occur in the penalty area by not calling it. But
I
I
believe that foul occurred in the penalty area, and I don't think it was actually even that close. I've seen it 3 times now. That's in the box.
Yes, it sure did look like it.
Well, there's nothing we can do about it. We've got an exciting game. Let's take a quick break, and Matt,
the goal by Jason Flores in the 14th minute is the only marker so far in this game. The Gallos FC lead the Fort Worth Vaqueros here on YouTube on Vaqueros TV. They lead 1-0. We'll be back with the second half. I'm sure it'll be exciting, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the second half of this NPSL game here in Castleberry High School in Fort Worth, Texas. The Fort Worth Vaqueros, the home team, taking on Gallos FC Arlington. Gallos FC leads this match 1-0
Welcome back as we're about to kick
after a
off
14th minute goal by number 11, Jason Flores. This is Matt Quinn, along with Robbie King and John Carney here tonight
Remember, all
on Saturday night here in Fort Worth.
% off during the game. And let's
Well, Matt.
begin.
Price Anderson there with the kickoff comes back. Fort Worth this time moving from left to right. Fort Worth again wearing the blue kits with the yellow socks. The FC, or Gallos FC, excuse me, wearing the white and white with blue socks. Very sharp jersey combinations.
Yeah, both
Sharp
teams.
kits for both teams.
Both teams have great kicks.
I have to say, from an announcer's standpoint, I appreciate that because I can see both. I can see all the numbers very well. But anyway, it's just for me. But anyway, FC Gallos, they have played a 4-4-2 as well as the Fort Worth Vaqueros. Interesting aspect. And as well, it doesn't appear that there are any substitutions starting the second half. So both teams rolling out there with 11. They've got 7 reserves. Both teams, as well as an extra goalkeeper. So 6 field players for both teams. See Gallos trying to feel out Fort Worth here, and an opportunity for Flores, Carlos Flores, passing back to Alvarado.
How did he
That
get
ball
that through?
inside.
Oh, wow, wake up.
Flat-footed. Unfortunately, there was Tyler Little. He didn't think that ball was going to come back out to them, but the transition down to number 9, Price Anderson, didn't work out. 18, James Doyle there for the Gallos. Interestingly, we counted the fouls. There are 11, and no cautions for both of these teams. Only 11 fouls total called in the first half. Both of these teams collectively in their 5 games have 32 cautions. 22 cautions. My apologies. I don't want to make it any worse than it is. But it's still a big number, as you'd think this early in the season, Robbie.
So Fort Worth needs to go ahead and settle into this half. That's a really good ball right there and a really good chance.
There's a chance for Tyler Little, and just goes awry off the left side. Tyler, that ball kicked to him
This goes wide. That's going to be a goal kick for the Gallos.
by Cooper Stevens.
Remember, our goal kicks are
Yeah,
brought
they
to you
just
by
need to
Hawk
settle
Creek
in.
Delaware.
Get through the first 5 or 10 minutes, move along, and then I think we'll start pressing more and we'll get after them. Looks like we've got to throw in. And the Gallos have maintained possession. That's pretty good work. That's actually really good work to hold on to that ball. Sent a long one through. Fort Worth goes ahead and takes care of that, and it's out of bounds and going to be a throw-in for the Gallos.
We haven't talked much about Riley McFarland, young man from Dallas Baptist. He's a freshman at Dallas Baptist and also from Joshua. That was his first touch. He's playing the 6. An interesting position, one of the toughest ones on the field, being a defensive mid. We'd like to see a little more out of him today, and he's starting to direct traffic. That back line. That ball intended for number 5, Nathan Clifford, but just a little too big for him. That's Marquis Dobard with the throw-in. Zach Moreno always around the ball here with the Vaqueros. He challenges
Whoa.
Doyle.
That's going to be a foul, and then that needs to be a card going the other way. And don't tell me you didn't see it. You were standing right there. It wasn't that hard of a foul and shouldn't have deserved that kind of reaction.
I think the biggest guy on the pitch just got his feelings hurt because he was taken down by the smallest man on the pitch.
I totally think so. Imagine his girlfriend's probably here seeing
good
that.
grief.
We'll see. But maybe not.
You know, I keep going back to that Tyler Little opportunity here on the far side of the pitch earlier, just a couple of minutes ago. You got to take advantage of those opportunities. Look out.
Wow, that's
And there's probably a little frustration on that one by James Doyle as he was fouled. Good pickup there by Anderson, or excuse me, Edwards. I apologize, Edwards.
Somebody getting pulled over in River Oaks.
Got a police chase. Look at
There's
this
an opportunity
run,
by Stevens. And
absolutely fouled, and here comes the
here
card.
comes the yellow card. The first one issued tonight.
It's going to be a yellow card against the Gallos.
Guys, I brought him up early as soon as we started. Cooper Stevens, he does this every game. The only reason, there goes another cop. That's weird. I'm sorry. The only reason we didn't see it in the first match because he didn't play in the first match. Let's see if I can get this in real quick.
And here was the opportunity.
Look where he
Stevens.
starts.
That's a 40-yard run. That's a 50-yard run.
Oh, that looked like it hurt too. All right.
And that card issued to Davis Mays, number 15.
Robbie Matt, very, very important set piece.
Number 15, Davis Mays, earns the card.
I like it.
And the shot right on goal and right on cue is Jacob Burkle
That's a really good save. Really good shot.
for Gallos FC. A nice shot.
Kick away by the
Nice
Gallos
opportunity.
Stadium, but it's going to lead to a corner for your Vaqueros.
You see that
Northeast
free kick
corner.
again.
Remember, all corners are brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
And Stevens with a nice nice attempt there and an equally good save by Burkle.
We all know this. You have to put to get that ball to dip or bend like you need it to. You have to put pace on it. I'm not taking away from the Cooper Stevens set piece there. It was remarkable, and I think it goes in against most goalkeepers.
On the first card again issued to Mays. Again, Gallos, however way you look at it, 6 cautions in the first match against Austin, 7 against
pressing
Lubbock.
Pretty much everybody right now.
That's the first one tonight. We probably haven't seen the last of the yellow carding, though, of the booking. And this ball played out, and another corner opportunity here for the Vaqueros. It's their 4th of the evening and the second one of the second half.
Boy, you think this game was in the 90th minute the way we are all the way up.
The Gallos have 11 players in the box, Robbie and Matt.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure why.
Sorry.
It's a little short. Probably like to have that one back. But that also restricts their counter opportunity with having all those players in the penalty area.
Yeah, and
Sever
that's
loses it.
Oh, God.
It's not
4
really
players
why,
back.
Why I'm sure why they did that.
This is Conway. Fishes the ball out to number 7, Alvarado. Back to Conway as he works on Dobard. This ball back to Nathan Clifford. They try to work the ball around to Doyle. Gallos FC. Here trying to pick him up is Price Anderson, number 9. The ball now, Thierry Osamoah. And he'll play that ball back to Mays. There's Cooper Stevens tracking back. They're all a little aware of him, that's for sure. Burkle, the goalkeeper. They're quickly moving the ball. 1 touches around, but number 8, Brock Barbie, the captain, able to pick that one up. Here's Constant.
I love how he started over. There's no need to always go forward.
Looked like there might have been some contact there on Constant as he lays on the Castleberry pitch. That the referee
Still
appears to
thinking
have. It does. I don't know that the referee called a foul there as much as the players are trying to rally around Constant. Or maybe they have. He's not attacking. I didn't hear a whistle. But you can hear the crowd. You can hear the crowd. They're very into it. Yes. Now we hear a whistle. Yellow card being issued, I'm sure, for
And
dissent.
I'm going with
I'm sure
Doyle.
James Doyle for
Yeah,
dissent. the only other thing it could be.
It wasn't going to take him much longer. He's been in the ref's ear the entire time.
And then he pulls down our player from the back.
Doyle picks up his second card of the season.
And he's still hot right now. Watch out for him to pick up a second one.
There was this little situation going on with Tyler Little at the middle of the field with him and Davis Mays and with James Doyle. Nonetheless, the Vaqueros have a free kick here.
That's a bad turnover. Just recover. Get it back to your goalie. That's fine. That's good enough. That's absolutely a great tackle, and don't get up and complain about that.
Constant had a lead on that ball and was able to push it out, shepherd the ball out for no opportunity for Gallos FC. Here's an opportunity for Little on the counter. He's got a 5-on-6 if he can handle it here. Soror on the other side, a crossover
Great ball.
to Zach. And Zach, unfortunately, couldn't catch up with his melon.
I'll tell you
Nice
what.
save by Burkle.
I'll tell you what, though, the goalkeeper kind of had his hands in a.
That was very awkward.
It was an awkward position. You normally get your thumbs underneath your hands, and he kind of cradled that ball like I like the way an analogy of the way he cradled. I don't know.
You'd want your hands up, not down, usually, but it doesn't matter how you save it, right?
It seemed very in between.
Very in between. Stevens in between. Two defenders now pick up here for 12. Julian Barajas over to 5. Clifford. Dobard works on him for the Vaqueros. This ball back out to Alvarado, and he crosses all the way back over. Gallos using the width of the field here. 12 minutes into the second half. That ball all the way across to Clifford, who brings it in. Well defended by Constant, number 5, and results in a throw-in.
I feel like the last half hour or so, things are just going to get more and more chippy as we go along. And everybody's hollering at the ref, and part of that is rightfully so. But Fort Worth, keep your cool, keep doing what you're doing. The goal will come sooner or later. It's gonna happen.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. Stay composed. Stay composed, and you're absolutely right. I believe, as you do, it will come.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Alvarado there with a shot, but defended by Dobard, and it turns into a corner for Gallos FC.
The corner for the Gallos.
And here to take that corner is Jason Flores for them. It does appear that
Are brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
Coach Ben Clarvis for the Gallos is considering inserting number 10 Carson Macias here in a few minutes. You give him some instruction. We're in the 58th minute or so of the match. Gallos control here in this cross field over to Alvarado. And picked up by Flores, Carlos Flores.
Cleared out. Well done.
Well done.
Yep. There you go.
Getting hands up there was 13 Asamoah on.
And honestly, that's a really good foul for him to take.
Yeah, and on Soror. And
It wasn't
Soror.
anything bad. He's not going to get a card for it, but he had to slow that down.
The interesting thing about that was it would have resulted in a 2-on-2 coming down the field in your own half of the field. So, yes, it was a good foul, but the referee could have chosen to pull out his booking, something that was an opportunity for the Vaqueros. This one here by Constant has the ball, rattles around in the back.
Matt, I totally agree with you. The professional foul is pretty much a yellow card, but I don't think he did enough to deserve anything like that. I think he just got in the way just enough to get the foul, but not anything that was totally, you absolutely did this on purpose.
Sure, Asamoah has played a very good game from the back as he moves the ball over to Clifford. Clifford looks to the center. That one picked up by Dobard for the Vaqueros, but yet it turns into an opportunity and a nice play there by number 7,
wow.
Alvarado.
That was a really bold move, and it worked out, but
Barbie with that bold move. Yes, from the
I don't
defense.
have enough confidence to try that.
It sure does look like the Gallos are connecting on their passes.
They are, and that's a.
And
Oh,
what a save, a shot, and equally a shot by Conway from distance, from 20, but picked up quickly by Edwards with his right hand. Had to be the index tip finger of his right hand that knocked that one over the crossbar.
Matt, I don't know if you said it or Robbie said it, but the Gallos are starting to put touches together, and it looked very, very dangerous. And the Vaqueros goalkeeper saved them.
Saved him, Edwards again.
Let's
And
look
another
at
opportunity.
Let's see if we can find that save. If I did this right. 59th minute. That looks right, I think. Yep.
3, 4. This is the fourth pass, the fifth pass.
That one was really
The
good.
sixth.
That one was even better.
And picked up. They strung 6 passes together. They also have another corner, their 7th of the evening. The Vaqueros 4. This is be taken by Flores and headed over. 3 points in a football game, but not tonight. He'll get nothing and like it.
That is Caddyshack 1980.
There's no gambling in Bushwood, sir. Anyway.
Didn't we have a co-ed team named Bushwood?
We did.
Yes.
And
Yes. Bushwood FC.
They
Yes.
were great. I'm sure we won a handful of titles.
A handful, that's for sure. So, Carson Macias, number 10, coming in as the first substitution.
Substitution for the Gallos. Coming in number 10.
Carson Macias. He's coming in for number 3, Jackson Turley.
This substitution is brought to you by Cowtown Nutrition. Remember Cowtown Nutrition. Coming in is number 10, Carson Macias. Out, Jackson Turley.
Fort Worth not interested yet in doing any substituting with 30 minutes remaining in regular time. Still 1-0. Still there for the Vaqueros.
Stevens, look at him. Oh.
Just missed him.
Here's an opportunity for the Vaqueros. A return here for Little as he brings the ball down the left side.
And
Was
that's
tripped.
gonna be a foul.
Should be more than a foul, in my opinion.
Let's see.
I mean, I guess you could only be a foul.
It's a direct free kick. A DFK here for Fort Worth as the Gallos commit their 9th foul of the evening.
Well, let's load them up and make it dangerous.
Nothing wrong with that. You got one player out here marked, number 2. Dobard's going to mark number 9, Conway, and that would be an interesting foot race if something does happen. This one is going to be taken by, looks like Michael Constant is going to be taking this one.
It's a good ball.
Headed well by Asamoah, and then picked up, and here comes the foot race. Quickly, Dobard able to go get the ball, and he's in some control of it. Back to the goalkeeper.
I would like to see Edwards,
Edwards.
come out and take that himself.
To Moreno. And then picked up quickly by Gallos FC. An opportunity for Conway. And he's looking for Barajas, number 12. Well defended here in the middle of the field. Flores. An opportunity, but too
Yeah,
tall
I'm not
for
sure
Clifford.
Why we're giving up that opportunity? We had numbers in the back and should have just taken care of that. It should have never come to that.
Yeah, but Conway's a really, really talented player. He's one of my favorite players in the NPSL, or at least in the South, from what I've seen. Every year he causes this team havoc. He's just a great, great player, and he tends to find himself in wide open positions. I mean, but here's what's frustrating me. These Vaqueros on their opportunities, I'll let for you, Matt.
There it is for Clifford. This one comes out of the top of the key quickly.
That's a good pickup.
By Stevens. There's an opportunity for Sarur. They've got numbers if they have it. Here, Stevens. Oh,
That's
unlucky. Unlucky. That ball lands in Doyle's foot. He passes it left to Clifford. Dobard working on him. A long cross for Flores.
And he got to it.
Defended by Constant. And this ball dribbles mercilessly
And
in the
there's
middle of the
nobody
field. No one
there.
there. Dobart able to fish it out. Moreno can't pick it up. It's too quick for him. And another opportunity here for the Gallos at the throw-in.
It's starting to get sloppy, and I really feel like the way we closed out the first half, and yes, weather the storm to start the second, at some point you're going to have to get control of this, or it's going to be 1-0 or 2-0.
Fort Worth looks like the bench is starting to move around a little
And
bit
That's probably a really good idea.
with 25 minutes to play. A nice move by Alvarado.
But there's too much of this going on, and we're not doing it on the other end. Turning it over in the middle, it's not a good turnover.
Well, there's two sides to it, and the Vaqueros are doing both sides incredibly bad right now. They're not defending well. They're letting people run away from them, and even if they clear it, it's a hapless clear, and it comes right back into the box. On the other end, when they're attacking, Robbie, Matt, we call those rubbish balls. You know, those balls that just kind of fall about 30 yards out, right outside the 18, and there should always be someone there, always to pick up that what we call rubbish. That's not happening either.
Well, and we saw a lot of that in the home opener, and that's how they got exposed. It wasn't the long ball that came in. The back line won that, but it was the second guy that came in, and we were nowhere to be found.
Fort Worth Reddling looks like two players to come in. 16, Chandler Brookins. He was a super sub last game on YouTube, on the Vaqueros YouTube channel, scoring a goal against the San Antonio Corinthians when he came in. And also number 14, Danny De La Cerda.
That's a
An
really
opportunity
nice ball.
there, and
Just
that ball too hard. And say they continue to get these opportunities, but the Gallos FC just can't cash in. You don't see Fort Worth doing much.
Not right now.
And
Not in the last 10 to 15 minutes.
Like
now.
David Soror is coming off.
Two
As-
substitutions for the Vaqueros.
As
Coming in,
well.
Number 16, Chandler Brookings. And number 14, Daniel De La Carda. Coming off, number 7,
David Soror,
David Soror, and
Num-
number 11,
Tyler Little. Tyler Little coming on.
Brought to you by Cowtown Nutrition. To keep you ready, you have to be properly.
Brookins was very good at the end of that match, our last match on YouTube, the Vaqueros channel. Scores a goal, very instrumental playing the 10. He's doing a great job right now just tracking back and trying to get even with his other one in Price Anderson, number 9. Looks like Brookins comes in to play the 10, and then also coming into the game, 14 De La Cerda, he's going to play a midfield role. So they're sticking with the same defense, pretty much.
Matt Daniels wearing 14. Did I get that right?
Danny
Carmen?
De La Cerda is wearing 14.
Gotcha. Danny. Gotcha.
We have a substitution for the Gallos coming in number 17.
So the Gallos, I get what they're doing here. Their numbers on the back of the jerseys are too small, so they all look very, very large.
Or number 7, excuse me, Mark Alvarado.
Look at him. Look.
Mark Alvarado coming off the field, been very instrumental in the midfield, and then picking him up as Nick R&R, the striker. So far, we're starting to see some movement on the benches. These players getting an opportunity. Edwards able to pick that one up.
Holy wow!
That's amazing. The ability
My
to-
shoulder hurts just watching that.
Just watching that. That is amazing. One thing that is amazing is the incredible giveaway that the Gallos FC are doing. Not to take anything away from our Vaqueros, but it is interesting that every ticket, every shirt, every cap, everything is an entry to try to win a Camaro at the end of the year. And not something that you'd normally see. They're trying to or a great situation, I guess, for one of the FC Gallos fans. A 1992 Camaro given away. That's not something that you normally see, but some things that you see in the NPSL. The Vaqueros are doing great things, getting fans out here and enjoying the beautiful game. Each team is different, and so very interesting.
Oh,
I do not like that call.
A very interesting giveaway for our visitors tonight.
I don't even know what a 92 Camaro looks like.
I don't either. I need to look that
It's
up.
been redone
I bet
though,
it's
and
really
it's on.
cool.
It is on their website, so it is something very interesting.
I mean, is that what Billy Madison drove to school when he got to high school?
That's a Monte Carlo, Sean. Are you sure that's a Camaro? Huh.
Monte Carlo.
Yeah, I don't like it.
An opportunity for the Gallos, and that one sails over into the Fort Worth night.
Remember, your goal kicks are brought to you by
A little over 20 minutes remaining. Still 1-0.
Still plenty of time to get it together.
Still 1-0.
Oh, coach is going to be so upset. I don't even know that I could have a beer with him after the match if this score holds.
The beer's always cold at Hot Fusion, as well as many other bars, including easily the 8th best bar in Fort Worth at the Chat Room. The Chat Room Pub. I guess I'd say that the Usual is the 9th best bar because it came after, right? But anyway, the Vaqueros here have an opportunity.
No numbers. No numbers.
17.
No numbers.
And that one just pushed off by Brookins.
You got to continue that run.
Yeah, someone's got to take charge now with only 18 minutes remaining to try to get the equalizer.
I don't want. Look, Price is exhausted. I got to be honest with you. I just think he's spent. That's why he didn't continue that run.
And it looks like another substitution coming in for Fort Worth as the card's been passed. Joseph Cervantes. Oh, my.
Substitution for the Vaqueros.
And Cervantes coming in for McFarland. For Riley McFarland.
And coming off, Riley McFarland. All substitutions are brought to you by Cowtown Nutrition.
Joseph Cervantes, well versed, well known in Fort Worth Vaqueros lore. Coming in to be a super sub. A nice opportunity there.
Immediately makes a difference. Joseph, I think more of a natural defender, but at this state of the game, and all things considered, I say you just kind of put him as an attacking midfielder and go do your best, man.
It looks like that's what they're doing, John. They appear to be going with at least 3 to attack here in the later stages of this match to try to get something offensive.
That's unlucky.
Yeah, that's really unlucky.
Conway here with an
Just
opportunity.
Clean it up. There you go.
And they do. Brookins. Referee almost gets in the way. He's been in the
what
way.
a great move that was.
He's
Even
been
a
in
better
the way all
ball.
night.
Yeah, that was
An opportunity here for Brookins. Asamoah picks him up. Quickly, the Brahmas counter looking with Brookins to throw the ball in. Huh? Did I say the Brahmas? I meant the Vaqueros.
You did it.
Having hockey on my mind, I guess.
Yeah, I got hockey on my mind too right now.
Dobart here to throw the ball in. And he does.
Whoa!
Oh,
Whoa!
my. Almost a saddle put on there, I think. Cervantes got underneath James Doyle and got a little interesting. A free kick here for the Gallos. The Vaqueros committing their 8th foul of the evening, 4th of the second half. Still interesting. There's only 2 cards issued in this match on the booking side. 15 or so minutes remaining. The Vaqueros looking to do something. This out to Brookins. And
Okay,
cleaned up.
Starting to get a little better.
Cleaned up by Mays. Dobart to the throw-in. Stevens.
Oh, that was ambitious.
Too big for De La Cerda. Macias to Conway. Barbie cleans it up. And a shot and a chance here for Moreno on the left-hand side. He crosses over and is too tall.
Like I always say, I like the early service. His head was up. He knew what he was doing. He just didn't get everything he wanted on that. There's so many fucking people in here.
22 on the field and at least 15 up here in the booth with us. That's for sure. So here comes Burkle. Jacob Burkle, the goalkeeper for Gallos FC. Immediately picked up there by Julian Barajas, but he couldn't corral it. This is a throw-in for Gallos FC. Here's an opportunity here for the Gallos. It's taking time here. We imagine that at least 2 minutes probably of extra time, I would imagine, would be supported at the end of this. Barajas a little too strong over the head of Edwards.
A little bit, Matt, but holy moly was that pretty. That thing bends in down a little bit more. We're talking about that for a while.
That was a really good shot.
Quickly, the Vaqueros counter. A nice move and opportunity here for De La Cerda.
And that's a great
Coming to
ball.
Brookins. Brookins with a turnaround move. And results in a corner kick. Some nice footwork by Brookins.
Robbie, I know where you're going. I don't have a problem with it, man. I don't have a problem with it. I love seeing an attacker get in the box and just try to make something happen. I am with you 100%. Probably one too many touches, but
Yeah,
man.
John, that's exactly what I was going to say is one or two too many touches. Once you get in that area.
There's Moreno with a shot and another corner here for
Once you get in the area and
Vaqueros.
you think you've got any kind of room at all, just pull the trigger.
De La Cerda is going to go to the other side to take this one. He took the last one. Fort Worth with 7 players in the penalty area and an opportunity.
Oh, wide
And there
open.
it. Oh,
that's
and
a really,
what?
really good save.
A great header by Brock Barbie, but sending it over the goal is Jacob Burkle for the Gallos FC. Results in another corner kick here for De La Cerda. This ball medium. Picked up Stevens with a shot and a block by Doyle.
That's that rubbish ball that they failed to obtain over and over and over again.
Barajas. Too strong for Flores. Carlos Flores out on the other side, and Fort Worth here. Time coming down to 12 minutes in regular time.
All right, now that they're starting over, let's take a look at this, and let's see what a wonderful save this was from the head of Barbie.
Yeah, because he's wide open and he did everything right, except the ball just didn't go in.
Exceptional save. It picked up quickly there. The captain, number 5, Clifford.
Oh, look at
Oh,
Brookins.
that's a great move.
Fort Worth retreats. Constant. And this one picked up by the Gallos, and Constant again pushes it back out. The Gallos here with an opportunity. They can't get around the left foot of Marquis Dobard. Looks like we're having another substitution here for Fort Worth. This one coming on is number 19.
Coming in, number 19, Rylan Sibley.
Rylan Sibley. Coming off, number 4,
Coming off, number 4,
Zach Moreno.
Zach Moreno.
Moreno,
Remember our substitutions are brought to you by
like every game this season, is just a workhorse. Brilliant. You know, he'll get you 80 minutes in every time.
So that
Clean it
ball
up.
just
There
a
you
little
go.
too quick, and right into Sibley as he comes in.
And showing some pace. Beat him down the line. Yeah. And we're going to get another card here.
This is picked up by Sibley, and another card there for the foul. The referee is getting an earful.
Here's what's unfortunate for number 8 of the Gallos. 40 yards away, the referee had decided that if a player in white does anything on this run of play,
There was going to be a card.
absolutely.
That card issued to Carlos Flores, number
That's
8.
absolutely a fair statement. That was going to happen.
The third card issued tonight by the referee on the Gallos. This one picked up quickly by Macias. They had numbers there, but able to pull the ball out was De La Cerda.
De La
And
Cerda,
another
nice.
give and go to De La Cerda. And this one flies over to Sibley, but just behind him. Here comes. Wait a second. There's another.
Anderson has been so good tonight. I think, again, maybe I'm wrong. It seems like a player who is not in his 81st minute of a match and in his 8th minute of a match does better with that. I could be wrong. In fact, I probably am, but I just that's what it looks like from here. Because Price, he's been great.
Gavin Rosales coming in for FC Gallos, taking his time and getting off the pitch. Number 9, Joe Conway.
Thank God.
Not happy about coming
Gavin
off either.
Rosales coming in for number 9, Joe Conway for the Gallos. All substitutions are brought to you by Cowtown Nutrition.
De La Cerda. One thing you like here about De La Cerda is he's brought some energy to that middle. It's needed it earlier, probably a little earlier than expected. Stevens here with the ball. And a crossover looking for Chandler Brookins, who's now moved to the left side, and Ryan Sibley now moving to the right.
Nice recognition there, Matt. I was about to say the same thing. Brookings moved over to that left side. I can't. This Cooper Stevens, he's fascinating to me. Just so creative. And don't get me wrong, you guys know this. That creativity gets him in trouble sometimes, but man, it's fun to watch.
Coach Marola had mentioned this in the previous game in his post-game talk especially about Stevens, that he is such a dynamic player, and you get what you get sometimes with him. Sometimes things that happen that you don't like, but he produces a lot more opportunities than you'd expect. Here's an opportunity for the Gallos. Number 17 R&R with an opportunity, and then he's tripped by Barbie from behind. The referee calls that foul. The 11th on the Vaqueros this evening.
It's going to be a free kick for the Gallos.
Excuse me, I'd said that was R&R. It actually is Doyle, number 18 in the game.
Well, Matt, we're about into crunch time now. They're going to have to start taking more chances. Everybody's going to have to get up on every ball. You can't be tired now. It's too late for that.
7 players in this.
That's
A nice punch out. 7 players involved in that free kick for Gallos FC, and a great punch out by Edwards. You see a lot of goalkeepers try to catch that, but it's such a good idea to punch it out anyway to get it out of trouble, because you never can tell what a rebound can happen. And he stays at home and picks that one up for him, for Edwards.
Let's get everybody up. It's time.
Look at
That's
that punt.
a really long punt. Boy, it almost caught them in a bad spot.
That ball's coming up to us.
Just a bit outside.
When you're hungry for a victory, In-N-Out Burger.
So that looked a little ugly, and the ref was not looking at all, having a conversation with somebody else.
De La Cerda, his pass, is back to Stevens. All the way out to Dobart. As they start to push the defenders in, you can see now they're not doing that before. De La Cerda.
Oh,
That
great
ball in.
Get in there. That's a good defense.
Well defended
Well defended.
by their captain, Nathan Clifford. The Gallos, and turns into a corner kick here for the Vaqueros.
Brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
De La Cerda taking this one as he's been taking most of them while in the game.
You have to ask yourself the question, where has that quick 1, 2, 3, 4, where has that been all game?
A ball played out by Asamoah for Gallos FC. Successfully headed back over to the goalkeeper so he can have a long punt here, I'm sure. Or not.
Well, he can kick it just as far, I'm sure.
One in the air.
That actually didn't work out so well.
There's an opportunity here for R&R, but headed over to Edwards. 5 minutes in regulation.
Let's try this again.
Edwards would have lit him up. He had no business going after that ball, and I think he, of course, obviously he knew it. Here we go.
Here's a chance.
We got some numbers. Get in the box and get fouled.
Cervantes,
Boy, if he'd have
an
fallen
opportunity.
down there, it probably would have worked.
He's trying to play the ball on the ground, and the referee has called the foul on the Vaqueros, interestingly enough.
Matt, I think I have to believe the assistant referee had his or her flag up, and that's why the delay in the call.
Must have been it. So it's a free kick here. That
Meaning, I think the linesman was calling a foul, not
called a foul on Cervantes, but it just didn't seem as if.
No,
but
I don't like this. That's a handball.
Brock Barbie here issues the first card for the Vaqueros tonight.
I would keep after him. If I'm named Brock Barbie, I'm going after this referee for the rest of the match. What was that from the crowd?
Can we get a backup?
The fourth official has the ability to come into the game if the center cannot continue.
He can press buttons on that little thing where you make substitutions and stuff.
Yes, but here that Barbie was pushing off what looked like on Doyle coming down again, and probably save a legitimate scoring opportunity. Instead, it comes up to be a free kick. And that ball looks like it's going to be shot outside by Doyle.
I didn't hit the replay button, Matt and Robbie, but I really think the attacker initiated that foul on Barbie. I mean, I really do.
Well, and I think it should have been a handball on him.
Mm-hmm.
It sure did look like there was handling. There could have been multiple situations that went on there. The referee decided to book Barbie. And the opportunity for Fort Worth, another one for them. If they can just get one of these to cross over the 18, they might have an opportunity. That's where they've hit their sweet spot. When they can seem to get inside the penalty area, good things do happen. They're just not showing up on the scoreboard yet. Barbie looking for a long one off the head of Clifford. An opportunity here for Gallos FC. This is Carson Macias come into the match.
Really good tackle.
A great tackle there.
And a good out, too. And now we've got the ball, and it's time. We got to move.
And Rylan Sibley making a great tackle. Looking for Cervantes. They can't find him. There's number 8, Flores.
That's brilliant.
12, Barajas. And number 10, Carson Macias. Back to Barajas. He looks for Flores on the right-hand side. Jason Flores. And it looks like they're content to work the ball around here with a 1-0 lead. The 14th minute, a score by Jason Flores, the only marker in this match. The Fort Worth Vaqueros faithful starting to root their team on. You can hear in the crowd noise. Great atmosphere here. You should come out Wednesday when we've got another game, if you're not here already.
Good tackle. Very good tackle. Let's go, boys.
And a great tackle there by the Vaqueros. Cervantes.
I don't like that ball, though. Just got to keep a little bit of possession. Now, luckily, they turned it right back to us. And now we might be
Brookins.
in business.
Cervantes. That's
Another ball that's just very low percentage.
That one too tall for Price Anderson as Jacob Burkle picks the ball up, and he's going to land on it. Been watching some EPL, I imagine. Try to take some time. You've got 6 seconds generally now. You don't have 4 steps anymore. He's going to use all those 6 seconds here as we're under a minute in regular time.
To punt it directly out of bounds.
We used to do that at the old Lockheed Martin cemetery field.
Oh, yes.
Kick it in the cemetery and let them chase it.
It's a dead ball. Yes.
We were
Dead ball.
I don't know what to call it. It's a dead ball.
Very good.
The dead ball back then. For all of you that played in Fort Worth, you'd understand exactly what we're talking about. That's our inside joke with you. And Ryland Sibley, unfortunately, loses it for the Vaqueros here under a minute remaining regular time. Fort Worth needs an equalizer. They appear to be the Gallos FC taking all the time they can to try to figure out which ball to throw in.
And why wouldn't they? They're going to steal 3 points.
Maybe.
Oh,
Ryland
stay on
Sibley.
your feet. Oh, you just had one more. You were almost there. That's a great defensive play, and that probably hurt.
And Asamoah stays on the pitch after the contact with Sibley. Fort Worth tried to quickly throw the ball in, and Asamoah decides he's going to hold up play.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that probably hurt.
The fourth official tells us how much time is remaining and relays that to the center. And so we haven't heard anything secretive yet, as we don't know how much time there is, but Asamoah is going to come off.
Honestly, that's not the worst thing in the world. We got a set piece now. We can get everybody in the box and get after it.
So this will be a throw-in for Fort Worth. We'll restart play with that. They'll play with one man down until Asamoah can come back in the play. This one taken by Dobard. And quickly headed out by Flores. An opportunity here for Barbie as the ball gets flushed
Just
out.
got to keep sending it in.
Yeah, that was an interesting hop
Yeah,
there for Brookins. He was able to pick it up and he was just throwing the ball in.
I'm not sure who he was throwing that to be honest.
Stevens able to clean it up and sends it back to Constant. Barbie lets it fly, and here's an opportunity into the box. And quickly picked up by Burkle.
That's good work by the goalkeeper.
He's played a great game tonight, as well as Edwards. Both goalkeepers on their mark tonight.
Yeah, but their goalkeeper only should have played about 35 minutes.
That's fair.
After the cleats up, we kind of, maybe, referee's estimation.
Look, and let's be fair to the referee. He's driving home tonight thinking about everything he did wrong. Like Matt and I were talking about as former referees, we've been there. It's not a good feeling. But at this level, we wear caps and sleeves.
That's right. All right. Who are you calling a former referee, by the way? Anyway, this one picked up by Chris Edwards. Very little time as we play 2 into the third minute of extra time. Referee allows the possible handling by Sibley. This one back out to Barbie. He redirects.
Turn.
He redirects. This going to De La Cerda.
Oh,
And it's picked up by them.
that might be the end.
FC Gallos.
Oh, that's
De La Cerda with a steal. And that one picked up by Clifford. Dobard tries to throw it forward.
Uh-oh.
Here's an
Get on
opportunity
breakaway.
for Cervantes, but
Oh,
could not corral the ball to go forward. And Fort Worth continuing to move around. The referee not really looking at his watch. So this could be, we're into almost the fourth minute, or we are into the fourth minute of extra time. Barbie, the challenge.
He still hadn't looked at his watch.
Here's the goalkeeper coming out. Edwards. You got to take a little more time, but you get some more room. But there's an opportunity here. Brookins picks it up to Constant. This ball all the way across, picked up by Gallos FC. De La Cerda doing everything he can, and he receives a yellow, a play from behind.
De La Cerda will pick up the yellow.
I mean, I get it. You had to try to win that ball back immediately.
Five cautions, all in the second half. 3 for Gallos FC, 2 for Fort Worth. Here to take the free kick is Jacob Burkle. Long into the Fort Worth night that goes all the way across to the other goal. And here's an opportunity and an incredible goal.
In the stoppage time. Goal for Gallos.
Not sure they caught Fort Worth napping at the end of their penalty area, but Anderson trying to do everything he can to move the ball forward, which is a nice goal for Gallos FC.
All right.
It's a nice goal. I'm not sure what Edwards was doing.
Well, I think he's in such a mind state that he's got to go, and he probably got caught in that position where he was off his line a little bit too much and wasn't close to the ball enough, and it happens.
I don't think he plays the ball that way, or his positioning wasn't that way if the Vaqueros weren't attacking so much.
Oh, I think you're right. That's a good point.
No, I know that's absolutely true. He got caught in no man's land, and when there's, what are we talking about, half a minute left, you don't really know what to do except you got to try to get that ball immediately.
There's an opportunity. Sibley skies it up. And picking up quickly is Brookins, but he can't corral it. Stevens trying to play the ball in the back. Interesting that he is so involved in the offense, but has done so much in the back here. And that's the match. That's the game.
And that's the match.
5 full minutes of extra time. And
Vaqueros nil.
Fort Worth Vaqueros come up short in this one.
Thank you to all of our fans and the Vaqueros family.
I think in the end, the Gallos, that sounds, the Gallos, they were the better team. I believe that to be true. They had more opportunities. I think they defended better. But it still doesn't change the fact that in the first half and whatever that was, the 35th minute, it just, I don't know.
Well, Fort Worth got a goal stolen from them.
Thank you for coming out tonight.
They got better as time went on, and I thought they came together after that happened and played really good through the end of the first half, and then kind of expected them to go ahead and keep doing that into the second half. But there was about 20 minutes or so of the second half where it just very lackadaisical, bad turnovers, no midfield, and just getting beat down on the other side. They played good enough to get a result, and it just didn't happen.
A result, yes, you're absolutely right. Should have got a point out of this.
Yeah.
Should have got at least a point out of this. That very difficult result. Fort Worth, they played. I depend on your comment, John. They at stretches of this match, the FC Gallos had the were the better team, and Fort Worth had opportunities. They both had opportunities. We're awaiting Coach Marola for post-game interview as he settles his team now. So
I don't know that I want to ask him any questions.
No, I don't either.
The Gallos pick up their second win on the season to go along with a draw, so they are 2-0-1. They have 7 points in the Lone Star Conference. Lone Star Conference, we've talked about 100 teams this season, an increase of 5 from last season. And these 3 teams that at least 3 of the 4 teams that the Vaqueros have played earlier or this season were playoff teams last season. We mentioned a tough stretch to start out the season for the Vaqueros, but they have been equal to the task, winning in Houston, and then coming up here, and unfortunately, this was a loss on their slate. Fort Worth then moves to 1-3-0. They played their 4th match, and of course, we're looking forward to now Wednesday here on Fort Worth Vaqueros TV on YouTube. Wednesday, they play Austin United. We'd like to see all of you out here, but if you can't be out here, we understand. Just pick us up on YouTube like you did tonight.
All right, so have you been watching the Stars game?
I believe it's 4-2.
All right, here we go. We got Coach, it looks like. Let me turn up Aaron. I'm sorry, Aaron. Hold on. There we go.
Mic check, mic check. Are you going?
I got you. I got you.
Hey, boys.
Hey,
Hey.
Coach. John Carney here. Let's ask one simple question. What'd you tell your boys after this? So many emotions, up, down. A very strange turn of events. What are your thoughts?
Well, I've just said to them that they've got to keep their heads up. I thought the effort that they put in, the desire, yet again, it's week in, week out. These boys are trying so hard for these supporters. As you can see tonight, they kept going right to the end. They tried to make some tactical substitutions to see if we can, maybe get back in the game. We created a couple of half chances, but yet again, I don't want to talk about decisions in the game, but we're 1-0 down and we scored a perfectly good goal. That changes the complex of the game, and I think we go on to win the game with our style of play, with what we tried to do second half, and the goal right towards the end, has obviously flattered them massively, because people will see this and go, Irvin come here and beat us 2-0, and that doesn't tell the true picture in that respect. But I can't be prouder of the effort that they put in, but we can't keep saying this week in, week out. We have to start turning some of these performances and some of these chances, and start winning games of football, because that's what I'm here to do, and that's what we're to do. With almost there's just that little bit of luck in the final third, and we have some good players. We're a good team, and it's my job as the head coach to keep these boys motivated. And we go again next week. We're home again. Fans were amazing today again, and we're almost there. We just need to fine-tune a few things, and we'll be fine.
Quick thoughts on Chris Edwards tonight, and then we'll let you get out of here.
Did he play?
Your goalkeeper? Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah. All right, man. Put me in panic mode. Thank you.
No. Chris has been, trying to come back for the last few weeks, but obviously he's been, in college, and education comes first. But I thought he made a great difference to us today, and hopefully our young goalkeepers that were here tonight supporting him and doing the warm-up with him, hopefully they see that the levels that he brings and the levels that he produces, and that's something that these young keepers that we have in the squad should strive for. Now, he was great today, and there's nothing he could have done for the 2 games, but great having him back. And also Joe's been out with a hamstring injury for a few weeks. Mr. Vaquero,
Yes, sir.
Came on, absolutely worked his backside off, and proud of every single one of them, the subs that come on and those that didn't get to come on also. I'm so proud of these boys, and we just need to turn the corner with an ugly 1-0 win, should I say, to get this season back on track.
I think it's going to happen. Go have yourself a cold one. Thank you, sir.
I'm going to have a few. Thanks.
Yep.
That was our interview with Coach Marola. Very candid information, as always.
Isn't he the best?
He's.
Yeah, I mean,
No, that's a great conversation.
it really is.
I think that as coaches go, and especially in leagues, professional leagues like this, it's good to have someone who's refreshing to talk about the ups and the downs of the team. And so he's able to relay that to us and to the fans, and that's, I think, is very refreshing.
And boys, tell me if I'm using the wrong word. He's very unapologetic in a
Right.
way, but he's also very like, look, my job is to win games. And if that doesn't happen soon, then, so I'm putting words in his mouth. That was stupid for me to say. But he's always got that little bit that he throws in there that where he's going with it, and he says so much by just saying a very few words. It's really good. He's a great interview.
Yes, we appreciate him stepping in with us at halftime and at the end of the match. Unfortunately, the end of this one, the Vaqueros come up on the losing end, the second home game of the season. They've lost their last 2 here, and they move to 1-3-0 on the season with 3 points. And as mentioned earlier, Gallos FC, they moved to 2-0-1 with 7 points. And the final score of this one, you can see up in the left-hand corner, 2-0, the Gallos FC. Next, for the Gallos FC, they get the Corinthians FC of San Antonio, which we saw on our YouTube channel. in our previous game, a very, very tough team for the Gallos. They have to go on the road for the first time.
That ought to be a good one.
And
I think so, yeah.
I think that'll be a really good one.
they'll take them on next Wednesday as well. Fort Worth will take on Austin United. Again, come on out and see us. We'd love to have you here next Wednesday, this Wednesday coming up, the 31st. If you can't make it, please step in and watch on the Vaqueros YouTube channel. Well, for everyone that's been a part of this one, for our director, John Carney, director and play-by-play and color commentator and everything else
Yeah, well
you've had
done
today.
tonight. Stepping in for Megan Southern.
Doing double duty. Thank you. And for Sean Thrasher, also helping out in controls, he picks up his second cap with us, and we appreciate
love
that.
it.
We appreciate that. And also, he has many caps as well. Maui on our camera. He's doing a great job with that, and we appreciate his help.
And as always, Robbie, you're the best. Well done. They don't call you the best color guy in the game for nothing.
I tried to not watch that hockey game as hard as I could.
True, for Lenny Lasher helping us out in Castleberry ISD, letting us play here, and we appreciate that. And Andrew being our spotter tonight, as well as the PA announcer.
I love that. PA and our spotter.
So for Robbie King, this is Matt Quinn signing off from Castleberry High School. River Oaks, Texas, with the Fort Worth Vaqueros lose, unfortunately, 2-0 to the FC Gallos. Good night, Cowtown, and stay classy.